Oh, welcome back, delivery family.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
It's going.
Good. We want to welcome you guys as well. My name is Kevin, and this is my lovely wife.
Oh, yeah.
And today we're talking about our next top 5. All right, babe, what's the top 5 tonight?
All right. Top 5 is reasons that delivery drivers are losing money.
Ugh. Okay, so we all work really hard, right? We're out there busting our hump, and the goal is to make money. So what we do not want to do
Let's lose it.
is lose that money. The number 5 reason why we lose money in this gig economy is the tax man.
Yep. Not
right?
accounting, not tracking expenses for taxes and things like that.
So, what, Leah, might be helpful for those who are new to make sure that we're doing the thing the right way and we're not having good old IRS come knocking on our door?
Well, you always want to account for your taxes, so try to set some aside to pay your taxes at the end of the year. Also, you really want to track your expenses. We use QuickBooks Self-Employed to track our expenses. Also, to track your miles so that you can report those too. And we use Gridwise to track our miles. They do have a free portion that just tracks your miles and lets you know how many miles you went on a certain day.
Yeah, and we've found both of those to be very effective. We've used QuickBooks for years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we've had no issues with it at all.
Yeah.
But setting some money aside, especially if you live in a state that has income tax, Florida, we don't have that.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't have it. So good for you.
Still
Okay,
have federal though.
still have federal. Gotta pay Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4, poor time management and app usage. Now, if you're just new to the channel, we want to explain what the app usage means. So, as you may or may not know, Instacart right now is our primary app that we work from, but that does not mean that we don't multi-app.
Yes.
So, Leah, what does multi-app mean if you're brand new?
So that basically means that we've got multiple apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Spark, Instacart, all going at the same time. And we pick whatever is going to pay the best. So we might get orders from multiple apps, but we only take the one that's going to pay the best or have the best profit to it. So we don't, we're not like getting orders from all the apps at one time type thing. We're just choosing the best one, pausing the rest, and going and doing from that one that we have chosen.
Yeah, and that helps us to stay sane. We've tried doing the multiple thing and it just doesn't work. You're late, you mess up, something bad happens. And so we
It's
just
very stressful.
Yeah, we don't do that. We wouldn't recommend that you do that, especially if you're really just starting out. So that's how we work around the time management and the app usage. But if you're going to make money, you have to be able to utilize more than just one app.
Mm-hmm. And also, so we prioritize which order we're going to take. And then also we have our daily earning goal that we set each day that we work towards. So we really are watching to make sure that we're actually making it to our goal rather than just, kind of winging it and just taking whatever.
Yeah. And one other thing on the time management before we move on to number 3 is when you're in the store, you do not want to waste time talking to your best friend and Sally Joe and all this other stuff about whatever and just shooting the breeze because you're there to make money.
Yeah.
So if you're walking around the store and just lollygagging around, that's not going to make you money and you're going to burn out really fast because at the end of the day, you're going to get there and your goal was $195 and you made $7. That's just not going to work for you.
It's quite the difference.
Yeah. So make sure that we stay focused. All right, number 3, Leah, you can name this one.
All right, high vehicle maintenance and fuel costs.
Okay, so if you're driving around in a huge gas
SUV or something,
sucker, then obviously you're not going to be making very much money. You need something that's economical. If you live in a big city, electric might be good. Or a nice older car that gets really high miles.
Yeah.
Because that is going to make or break you. My brother does this work too, and he has an older Jeep that costs a lot of money to drive, and yet he still uses it because he doesn't want any payments, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get very good mileage, so each day he's having to churn a little bit extra just to pay for the gas that goes into it. Okay, any other thoughts on that one?
So again, we talked about tracking your mileage, making sure that you're getting that biggest write-off from the IRS that you can during tax time, driving a fuel-efficient car, also planning out your route to kind of avoid dead times. So what we end up doing a lot is we'll go and deliver somewhere and leave our apps on when we get there to see if we can get another one while we're already there, rather than waiting till we get all the way back to like our primary spot where we like to be and then turning them back on. You want to make the most of those in-between times as well. And then also make sure you do your regular maintenance on your car. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of pressure off of you knowing that your car is in good shape. Even if it is older, it's still in good shape and it's gonna get you where it needs to go.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're doing those things so you don't end up with bigger problems down the line.
And as you're budgeting, keep in mind you got the oil change, you got the tires and the brake pads and all these things that are gonna wear and tear on them. So get them changed and keep them keep up the maintenance, and that'll cut down on your overall expense.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, number 2, driving during slow hours or in a low demand area. Sometimes you can't help this one though.
Sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah.
But we always try to work peak hours, but that's not always the times that we're able to work. So we do the best with what we can.
Yeah. So for our schedule down here in South Florida right now, we are morning until afternoon. But for a lot of people, that won't work because if you're only running DoorDash and Uber Eats, you're going to have a lot of dead time in those hours specifically. But if you got Instacart or Spark going along with those, you can pretty much just sustain it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then keep in mind Friday and Saturday and Sunday, those are going to be your best days for delivery.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, are we on number 1 already?
We're on number 1 already.
Okay, I'll let you have this one.
Okay, accepting low-paying orders. So you don't want to drive 10 miles for $2, even if you think that they might give you a cash tip when you get there. Yeah, that's not guaranteed. So you really want to be picky about the orders that you take so that you're making the most out of the order. Watching out for, sometimes Uber will send like package delivery ones that look really good. Really read over it.
Be very careful.
You push the accept button. Things like that. You want to not be eating up your gas and time just doing menial like $2, $3, $4 orders.
They're not going to get you anywhere. And
no, it's not. It's going to be a lot of work. The
vast majority of people are not leaving cash tips.
No.
And they're hoping that you'll waste your time and effort to drive 10 miles for that $2. So don't do it. Now, Leah, let me throw a wrench in it. What about on DoorDash and Uber Eats when they offer to drive the pay time miles?
So sometimes that works.
Uh-huh.
I personally like it. Kevin doesn't like it.
No, I do not.
But I think it depends. I don't know.
I consider it a gamble.
Yeah, it is a pretty big gamble because if you're getting paid like $18, $19 an hour, they're only paying you for your active time. So that's from when you pick up the order, when you say accept, to when you drop off the order, when you say complete. Anything outside of that, you're not getting paid for. So it might take a while. You know what? That if you feel like you're sitting in restaurants for a long time waiting for food to get ready, that might be a good option for you because you're getting paid to sit there and wait. But that's not usually the case.
And usually those particular orders that you're getting are not the very good orders.
Yeah, the apps are putting those on that type of ordering system because they're not great orders. They're not high tips. They're not big orders, things like that. So they're just kind of those orders that they just throw together so somebody will take them.
Now, I will say, if you're in a college town and it's college game day and DoorDash is offering to pay you by the hour along with tips, that usually works out pretty good. So you got to know your area.
Yeah, you got to really play it. All of these things, you really have to play it by your area.
Yeah.
What's going to work best for you, and take the time to figure out when those peak times are, and not be just wasting your time.
Yeah, because this could be a big time suck, and you could lose money pretty easily if you're not staying disciplined and on top of it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, completely, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so top 5 today. We hope that you liked it. If you have something that we're missing, make sure you leave it down below, because I'm sure that there's stuff that we're missing.
Oh, I'm probably sure.
Yeah, but we want you to be safe. This is Monday. If you're going to deliver tonight, Monday's not a bad day to deliver, we found, at nighttime.
No, because people are like, oh, I had to go to work today. I don't want to cook.
Yep. So you get some good tips. So if you are delivering tonight, be safe, make a lot of money, do something kind for somebody, go out of your way, maybe hold the door open for somebody, say please and thank you once in a while, make yourself feel good. Remember, we're worried about our mental health, so take care of that as well. And we will talk to you next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.